major collision took place this past Saturday night as hip-hop, gospel, rock, classical, and country music came together in Fresh IE's Collide CD release party. Brandon Bloom is a Portage La Prairie resident and played guitar for Fresh IE and Paul Brandt at New Beginnings Church. Bloom describes the event.
It was just a crazy party, CD release party for Fresh IE's album, Collide. And there's just so many talented people there, and it's kind of like a blur now. It's gone by so fast. It didn't feel like much time had gone at all, but it went from 7 o'clock to 11 o'clock basically, and it just didn't feel like that long a time at all. It's just a blast.
A highlight of the evening was Canadian country music legend Paul Brandt. Paul Brandt shares his thoughts of the concert.
I'm pretty excited to be here in Winnipeg. Just had a kind of an unusual thing happen in my career, a bit of a strange left turn, meeting Winnipeg's Fresh IE. I had done an album a couple of years ago that wasn't really mainstream country. It was more of a traditional, more bluegrass gospel type project, and it won some awards. And I went to that award show called the Covenant Awards, and Fresh was there winning an award. For those people who don't know who he is, he's Canada's first rapper to be nominated for a Grammy. He's been nominated twice, and he noticed me from the stage when he was making an acceptance speech. He's like, "Hey man, there's Paul Brandt down there. We got to do something together." And we talked after the show and just really hit it off. And so when I did our song "Get a Bed," I put a rap verse in it, just thinking it'd be kind of fun and funny in the song. And I asked if Fresh would do it, and he said yes. So we became good friends, and the song got a lot of people talking. And now he's got his new album coming out called Collide, where he's brought different people from different genres together, and I'm proud to be here supporting him tonight, so it's a lot of fun.
Fresh IE is Rob Wilson of Winnipeg. Rob describes what the CD release party was all about.
We're celebrating a new album, new friendships, new seasons in life, and just really, just a CD release party for Collide. I got my good friend Paul Brandt here. We got Flood the Stone here, 180 from Halifax, Winnipeg Gospel Choir, and it's just gonna be an awesome evening of worship. And we're gonna collide all genres and glorify God. And the initial vision from the album came out of Revelations 19, and just how, us as a body needs to be prepared, and that, God is a holy God, and so we need to learn about holiness. And I feel as a church we're slipping away from that. So I wanted to make an album that can reach out to the hip-hop community, the country community, and all the different genres of music, and collide a bunch of artists together, man. So here we are, the Collide release party is happening, it's sold out, and it's exciting, man.
Bloom describes what it was like playing with Paul Brandt on stage.
So I didn't even initially know that I was going to be playing with Paul Brandt. In fact, when Fresh IE asked me to play with him, I thought it was a completely different show altogether. He mentioned that we'd be playing with a few musicians from the Winnipeg Symphony Orchestra, and so I knew it was going to be a great show, a big show, but I thought it was separate from his CD release party that he was doing with Paul Brandt. I didn't realize they were the same thing until about literally a couple weeks before the actual show, and we all realized that we were going to be playing with Paul Brandt, and we were like, whoa.
Make some noise for Paul Brandt, man. Love you, brother. We got
Sure, yeah, you know, I met Brandon on stage and he was talking about what an honor it was to play with me, and I thought it was a little bit strange because he's playing for Fresh. I was like, I'm surprised you even know who I am, but knowing a little bit more about his background and knowing that he knows a lot about country music too now, it all kind of comes together, and I'm excited to get up there on stage with him tonight.
Brandon's awesome, man. You know, I was telling him, we had a fellowship at my house one time, and I was telling him that, you know, the way I rap is the way he plays guitar, and that when he plays, it's like him prophesying through the guitar, and that's the gift, and that his treasure is in heaven. Every time he plays that guitar, you know, there's treasure waiting for him on that. So, you know, being able to build him up in his life and him build me up and help each other in ministry, and so he's playing, you know, he's one of my leads for guitars, and I'm very happy to have him on the team, man. So
Christopher Groves and Nate McLeod were with the Winnipeg Gospel Choir.
Nice groove, nice groove. Feel it, come on. Snap your fingers like this. Yeah. Snap those fingers, come on.
My name is Chris and I'm with the Winnipeg Gospel Choir. We're going to be doing 2 tracks tonight, 2 songs. One is called Every Praise. It's originally sung and performed by Hezekiah Walker. We're just covering it tonight, and we're also doing My Soul Loves Jesus.
And also from the Winnipeg Gospel Choir as well. So I'll be performing. I'll be playing a little bit of keyboard and doing some singing as well. So it'll be lots of fun. I totally am. It's going to be a great time. Great time.
Flood the Stone also joined the collision.
It was a blast. We had a blast. These guys are passionate for the right reasons, and they are extremely talented cats, and to be able to share the stage with them tonight was such an honor.
And they're super humble guys too. I was struck by that, to be honest, because these guys are really professional, but they're just like so humble. Like, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Another day rolls by. Still you are frozen in time. She was taken far too.
Jeremy Manani is Refuge. He presented the first set at the concert.
Well, God happened here tonight. It was really cool having everybody from the KMF team here and releasing the new album. It's not an EP, it's an album. And it's very worshipful. God has truly been a part of that album, the makings. And just here tonight, God really moved.
So much that they would die for me. That his name is Jesus. I remember hearing the same kind of voice saying to me, you got to give up everything. Give up your music and go and tell them that you want to be done. And I remember walking in there and saying, okay, you know, I know we're signed to a deal and I'll finish this deal, but we're moving in 2 completely different directions. And I'd like you to let me go. And they said no. They actually thought I was negotiating. They offered me more money. But I was serious. I felt like we were moving in 2 different directions. And so eventually I was playing at Massey Hall. And for a Canadian, you know, if you get to play Massey Hall, you kind of finally made it. And it was a big night for me. And I remember being backstage. And I remember them calling me and saying, okay, fine, you can go do whatever you want to do. And I've never felt more free and more terrified in my entire life. But I knew that I wanted to go out and I just wanted to do what I felt like God had made me to do and sing for people. I wanted to entertain them, and I wanted to do it to the best of my ability so that maybe I would be able to have a relationship with them where they'd be entertained, they'd be able to escape, they'd be enlightened in some way. And so I just went out and started to do that. And you know, when I tell this story now, it has a new meaning because it reminds me a lot of my friend Fresh. I recorded a gospel album on my last project, and it won some awards, and I met him at an award show, and he looked down from the podium when he was doing his acceptance speech, and he said, hey, it's Paul Brandt, we got to do something together. And I introduced myself to Fresh, and we got to know each other better. He was on a song that I did, and we just become great friends. But I think in that moment he was feeling like maybe he should give up. And this song for me is just a reminder to never give up, to just keep on going, and to keep in mind that really when it comes down to it, especially if you've got God in your heart, regardless of what your job is, do it with excellence, but do it for an audience of one. Doesn't matter what happens, you're doing it for Him. And that's kind of where this song came from.
The high wire rack is done. Safety net, don't need one. Once you fall, it's freedom and a song. I'm out here on.
You know, I'm really excited because my life has taken such a change since the internet has kind of influenced music in the way that it has over the last decade. It gives me the immediate opportunity to be in touch with my fans, and I love that. In the past it was sort of this us and them mentality, and now we're all friends, and it's great. So instead of making albums, what I've been doing is just putting out singles and just being in creative mode all the time. And so we have a song on the radio right now called Nothing. It's been doing really well for us. It's kind of, this last wave has started with Forever Summer and Get a Bed and Nothing, and we should have another one coming this fall as well. So a lot of exciting things, just kind of plugging away and doing it. I feel so blessed I had the opportunity to do this for the last 20 years. It's surreal, and I always tell people it feels a lot better than a real job. It's a lot of fun. You know, I remember when I left the record company in Nashville and started my own label. It was a scary time, but it was a time where I really felt like I wanted to connect with people through music. And the way that I did that is we booked small towns across the whole country, and we played small venues and places where most people don't go to play. And it was one of the most special times of my entire career. So getting to play here tonight, you know, in a room that holds maybe 400 or 500 people, it kind of brings some of those special memories back from that album, Small Towns and Big Dreams. You know, I'm really excited because, you know, it's times like this. And I think it's appropriate that it's in a church too, because Fresh's album is a worship album, and you know, all of the artists that are on stage are there because they want to reflect their beliefs and do it in a really outgoing way. But they're dropping all of the labels, and I think that that's amazing that music can do that, that our faith can help us to do that as well, where it's not about what kind of music we do, it's about doing this in the name of unity and doing this because we're serving a higher purpose, and it's a really exciting, inspiring thing to be a part of.
Will you be doing more collaboration with Fresh in the future?
I don't know, you know, I hope so. You know, I think that even if we don't make up more music together, that Fresh and I are always going to be really tight. We're going to be great friends, and I know that we'll be figuring out something to spend time together in the future for sure.
People from different genres that serve the same God and love Him. And that's why we're here, and we just want to recognize Him and thank Him for bringing all of this together tonight. If you can't see it, says congratulations on the #2 on iTunes, and let's give it up for Fresh. He's doing great with mine. Hey Fresh, in appreciation for over 15 dedicated years of serving Christ through your music, this is sponsored by 106 NBC Live Radio. We want to present you with this award, and thank you very much. Keep on going, man.
Devo, you crazy, bro. I'm just thankful to be here, and it's so good to see all of you here. How many guys are so excited for Paul to be here, man? Yeah. Well, let me just say this, man. I love music. I love the way the genres can cross. And I just want to say thank you to everybody, all the fans. My man Cote for being my right hand over the years. And my beautiful wife Sheila, man, for sure. I don't know how I'm gonna cut this cake into 400 pieces, but you know, if Jesus can take 5 loaves and 2 fishes, we might be able to do something, right? You know what I mean? I hope you guys enjoy this set. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Brandt.
Will you stay on and do this last one with me?
Could I, guys?
That'd be awesome. What I wanted to do is, I mean, you guys know about bro country, right?
Yeah.
So like, it's like, hey baby, get in my big truck and you look hot and let's go down to the river. You know what I'm talking about? Okay?
Yeah, we know that.
So I wanted to write a song because like I'm a guy and I like big pickup trucks and I love my wife, but you know, I wanted to kind of write a song to show that there's some gentlemen in country too.
Yeah!
And I had to have Fresh on it, so we're gonna do that one for you right now. It's called Get a Bed.
Go watch the video on YouTube if you ain't seen it yet. Come on, clap your hands, come on.
Let's go. Seems like everybody nowadays is trucking down to the river or down to the lake with the moonshine, homemade wine flying high in the moon. And maybe I'm shy or a little naive, but there's a lot of tips down in them weeds. Hook and tailgate's great, but honey, I want more for you. I can think of a lot of ways better for you and me to get together. We can get a house, we can get a bed. Honey, think how nice that'd be instead. Nothing wrong with the great outdoors. Yeah, baby, that's what RVs are for. I'm a jacked up pickup truck, but I love you a million times as much, and you deserve the best. We could get a bed. Do 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 do.
Come on, y'all.
Do 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 do. We could get a bed. Do 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 do.
Y'all got it. Come on.
I'll be in it for good, in it for keeps. I ain't the kind of guy who loves and leaves. Now I appreciate nature, but I prefer a roof above. And I know it don't sound quite as cool as getting stuck in the woods with those other dudes. Skinny dipping, shine sipping, masters of vehicular love.
I ain't with it, man.
Compared to them, I ain't with it.
Nah.
But if you're looking for a little commitment,
Come on, y'all, sing
we
it.
can get a house, we can get a bed. Honey, think how nice that'd be instead. And nothing wrong with the great outdoors.
Not wrong with it.
But baby, that's what RVs are for. I love my jacked up pickup truck.
Yeah.
But I love you a million times as much, and you deserve the best. We can get a bed. Do, 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 do.
Come on, y'all.
Before we take off any clothing,
Okay.
consider what I'm proposing. Come on, Fred.
I'm not here to diss you, I dismiss you. You're my girl and I wanna get with you. Oh boy, I love that truck with the bling on it, and I just wanna take your finger and put a ring on it. Through all kind of weather, for worse or for better. On the clock ticks, I go the time we're together. I'm gonna love you and respect you, treat you like you're my treasure. Be the queen of my double wide trailer forever.
Honey, think how nice that'd be instead.
Ain't nothing
wrong with the great outdoors.
Ain't nothing wrong with it though.
But baby, that's what RVs are for. I love my jacked up pickup truck. But I love you a million times as much, and you deserve the best. We can get a bed. Do, 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 do.
Come on, sing it, y'all.
Do, 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 baby, we can get a bed. Do, 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 do.
We can get a bed, baby. Actually, I met Paul Brandt at the GMA Awards. I was giving a speech for an award I won, and as I was giving it, I was announcing my retirement, and I noticed Paul in the front row, and I was like, "Hey, that's Paul Brandt right there. Man, we need to do a song together, like right in front of everybody." So everybody laughed, of course, and then went backstage, and he was like, "Hey, let's do a song." So 6 months later, we did a song, and then a song, one of his singles, and it's called "Get a Bed." And then now he's on my album. Now he's here. We got a relationship. You know, we doing ministry together, and just it's incredible, man.
It's going to be more collaboration, you think, with different.
Most definitely, yeah. And just like before this album, I didn't think I was going to do any more albums, and I feel like God wants me to do one a year worship album, and just all based around worship, just the audience of one, just to Him, and let everybody just experience it. So I think we're going to do that. We're going to do worship songs, write custom worship songs to the Lord, right from the Word.
Come on, ladies. Lift your voice and sing this tonight. Come on. Come on.
Hey everybody, this is Paul Brandt. You're listening to Country 93 CHPO.